Good morning, Forex traders. Let's do some Forex trading. Let's go! Guten Morgen. Hey, let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. But please, stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Ni hao ma. G'day, mate. Jumbo. Good morning. Hi, my name is Wayne McDonald. I am the Chief FX Market Strategist for TradersWay.com. Thank you very much for being a client. We appreciate you. We want you to succeed. I mean, actually, it's sort of a weird, selfish thing, right? Because if you succeed and trade profitably every single day and grow your trading account size, your lot size will get bigger, and, well, Traders Way will be able to earn more revenue if you're successful. So, I am here to help you become successful. Makes sense, right? Doesn't it? Hope you don't mind. If you become successful, it's good for business. So let's just get on with it, huh? So in these webinars, I conduct technical and fundamental analysis with the overriding goal of helping you put together trade plans. Trade plans for today, but trade plans for tomorrow, trade plans for next week, trade plans for next month, so on and so forth. To always be thinking ahead and planning ahead, most importantly. So please get involved, please ask questions, but also treat your fellow community members with dignity and respect, or you will get booted. Pachow, check your baggage at the door kind of thing. Anything else? Oh yeah, please like, please subscribe, all that kind of stuff, because if you're a subscriber, when I hit stream, you are notified and you're brought right into the room. So that's cool. Might as well do that. Also, my old camera used to be here. Now my new camera's here. What do you think? Is it better? So I have to get used to kind of looking up more. And now, because I find in a lot of my videos, I'm either doing this, or I used to be doing this all the time, talking over there. Now I feel like I have to talk over here because I move things around. So I might try to move things around again. But I want to get so that I want to be looking you in the eyeballs. So anyways, hopefully that helps. What about the microphone? Is the sound any better than it used to be? The sound quality. I went from the laptop microphone to a $200 microphone. Is it any better? Sound is better? Yeah?
Hey, baby.
How's that sound? So anyways, yeah, sweet. Anyways, good. You make me want to be a better coach. So, cool. So maybe some improvement there. Okay, so I'm looking at, when I look over here now, I'm looking at things like the chat and things to manage the stream. So I might move things back around again. Anyway, so I want to make eye contact. Anyways, cool. Sweet sound. Jimbo, no Barry White. Really? Hey. Anyways. La la la. So we got some Aussie. So I thought I'd start with this one today because it's a decision-making process that I'm going through now. This is losing money right now. I think I'm down 9 pips. No! But anyways, so I'm negative 9 pips or something. Where'd my drawing tool go? It looks like it's not going to let me draw. What's going on, drawing tool? Hang on. Let me reboot my drawing tool. Have I had to do that before? I think I have, haven't I? Image seems to have a dark scroll down effect on the screens behind. Well, it's actually darker behind me. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so this part of the room is lit up because of the camera, but I prefer trading in the dark or or darker. I like to trade in the bowels of a submarine. All right, so let's try this drawing tool. It wasn't working, and it's really laggy, so I rebooted it. Okay, now this will work. So I'm here, right? And I got this kind of double bottom thing going on. Okay. So let's take a closer look at what's going on and what I have to make decisions with it. Okay. Now, first of all, can you see where I entered? There's my entry. And there's the weekly M2. So you probably get it. Oh, is that right? All right. Oh, I see. The 4K screens are doing. Oh, yeah. You can see the. Yeah. Probably because I'm broadcasting in higher resolution too. So I don't know what that is. Hopefully that's not too distracting. Cool. So anyways, yeah. So anyways, I think you understand the logic of the trade. It's been, what day is it today? Wednesdays? It's been 3 days. And I'm still basically break even. This stop is way, way, way down here. I'm risking 20 pips. Not 33, not 50. So I'm not risking very much. And then also if I go to the 4 hour, I'm on next month's central pivot. Well, that's interesting, right? So do you have any thoughts for me? Guy says it is a resolution thing. Guy, should I just lower the webcam resolution? That probably would do it. Jimbo says, I thought you'd move your break even or to -1 already. Well, here's the interesting thing, Jimbo. I don't want to get out of the trade. So, I don't care. I just don't care. I want to be in the trade. See, the trade is a good trade. I want to be in. I don't want to get out. Okay? So I would even in other scenarios, I think I would move this much lower. But the thing is, I also understand that this year is different than many. This isn't just a pure risk-on market that we have. See what I mean? So I'm trying to keep some powder dry because of that risk. And I've already discussed this, so you already know. There's my plan B. So I'm kind of, instead of having one plan, the other way I could manage this, right? The other way I could manage this is move this stop down here. 110 pips. It's just over 100 pips. Okay? And you might say that's crazy. I don't even mind 150 pip trades. I could have this as 150 pips and wouldn't bother me. But then it just gets in the same trade. So I'm not really gaining anything. So right now, I'm kind of leaving it there just to see, because I'm not confident in the market conditions. Right? So I wouldn't normally, every trade is not just a random trade. They're pre-thought, right? So I'm trying to decide how I should handle this. I'm not confident in the uptrend, but I'm a bull. Doesn't mean Doesn't mean I have to be a blind bull. So my plan, as I've already showed you, is plan A and plan B. And then, of course, there's really a plan C down here. I don't want a triple bottom. And I'll be a lot less confident down there. I'll be moderately confident here, and I'm still fairly confident there. But I'd be a lot more confident if the market does this now. Okay? But it hasn't done that yet, so I'm just trying to decide, how do I handle this? Right? So parts that are important to me are on next month's central pivot, this week's M2. Those are all pretty decent prices to be in, right? Yeah, Pete, you know what? I keep saying just wait, Peter. Just wait, dude. I worked yesterday on that system for you. But if going through the existing one, you get to a page that has a video how to install. Okay. The new system will give you a video how to install, but it'll also ask you, hey man, do you want a training course on using MT4? You know, it's a few bucks. I think it's like $10. Do you want like an 11 video course on how to use MT4 and use all the indicators, install everything, and set up alarms and all that kind of stuff? Yeah. So it's on the way, man. No, Jim, I think the issue is he can't get to that page. So anyway, it's just cool, man. Like literally, probably this weekend I'm going to launch it. Because I have nothing better to do this weekend, right? The wife and kids will just have to wait or something. So anyways, I'm trying to point out parts of this plan. It's a good plan, don't you think? Plan. Central pivot, monthly central pivot, weekly M2. Aren't those the exact price? Oh, thank you, Joe. Yeah, they're really nice. The webcam, which by the way has a light built into it, it's awesome. And I can adjust the light by just twisting it. So there's no light at all. And then I can have a little light, and I can do super bright light like that, super bright. That's too bright. It's kind of cool. Okay. And then the mic is really nice and small and stuff. It's by a company called Razer. It's pretty nice. So anyways, pretty good plan so far, right? If I was a bull buying at next month's central pivot, this week's M2, that ain't bad, right? So now let's take a further journey into the trade. Go to a 15-minute chart. And it's on top of a daily M2. Let me double check. Yeah, oh, I just did it. So here it is, right? So now, so plan is now, I'm long at the monthly central pivot, which is plan A, weekly M2, daily M2. So going back to what Jimbo said, you know, Jimbo's like, hey man, I thought your stop would be at break even by now. Well, I don't want to get out of this trade. It seems to be fairly well constructed. Right? Oh, you like that one, Gary? Yeah. Cool. Does someone have the link to that? There's people here that don't know. I did an unboxing video just for fun. And I describe how I take down my old coaching setup and put in my new coaching setup. So my new screen is just fantastic. And now, so anyways, there's my trading. When I'm working by myself, I'm like this. But then when I'm coaching, I got to be over here, right? And so you actually see what I used to coach with, and then you see the new setup. Okay. So if someone has a link, you can put it there. It's inspirational. I didn't know it was going to be inspirational, but that's cool. Why was it inspirational? Like you simply want a screen like that kind of thing? Yeah, it's a brand new mic, team, Sound Zone. I can't fool Sound Zone. So anyways, guys, there's my logic there. I don't want to get out, but I have to manage the risk. So Jimbo says, why not have it at -1? Why have it -20? Well, I think it used to be -50. Now it's -20. So if it fails, I go to plan B, which is buy off next month's M2. Yeah, inadvertently. Yeah, it's funny. There's like my cigar lighter in the background. So I should have put a little more time into it. But no one has the link though. Huh? Yeah, I guess because it's on FX Bootcamp. You broke the fourth wall. That's interesting. I don't even know what that means. Oh, right on. Thank you, Monty. Good. So the mic's working, huh? Nice. Cool. Super happy. I love spending money if it has some value. Cool. Okay. So CAD, I suppose. All right. So here's CAD. Let's see if there's a common theme here. CAD. Yeah, let me redo this. Okay, so CAD, I'm long here. Can you figure out why? Remember, you should be able to look at my trades and understand. I should be able to look at your trades and understand. Oh, I see. No, I think that trade got knocked out at -1, Jimbo. I think this is a new trade. Okay. So what's going on here, guys? Now, if we can only find a way to get rid of the YouTube lag on the chat, things would be better. So I'm asking a question, so typically you type. Tova, R1 to S1, no. In fact, I very much dislike R1, S1 trades. Okay, yeah, no. And see, that's where I don't know, Tova, like, lots of other people teach that because I think they assume. I think they're like, oh, well, that makes sense. You buy it at support and sell it at resistance. And that's actually not true. That's an inside week or an inside period. Like it could be an inside day, inside week, inside month, whatever you're measuring. And that tells me something different. And I'm certainly not confidently or aggressively trading an S1 to R1. But I think that's what most people teach. But maybe it's just me, but I've seen tens of thousands of pivot points, right? And probably more than tens of thousands. And M1 and R1 just doesn't seem that important. when you actually just look at what the market trades, right? Oh, is that right, Sophie? You're getting blocked now, huh? I haven't posted that. So anyways. Interesting. New YouTube setting. Sorry, guys. But thank you for trying. I appreciate that. All right. So that's a CAD yen long at M2. It's a day trade. That's a daily M2. Cool, right? So my trade plan here is this. Yeah, that's the other way. Peter brings up a point. Just go to the, and I'll show it here. He's being blocked, but just go to FX Bootcamp channel. YouTube.com/FX Bootcamp. Barry, you used to be able to do that, be able to post links, but I haven't changed any settings. So anyways, here, I got it. So, okay, so let's deconstruct this. Let's change the point of view now. Is there any sort of weekly stacking to this? No, nothing here. This might be what Tova was talking about. This is a weekly setup now. And Tova said maybe it's an S1R1. This is the S1. So to me, the weekly is it's only sort of a moderate setup. Okay. It tells me that we're stuck maybe in a range or consolidating or whatnot, but that my original trade plan, right, is maybe stalling up, and I should be concerned. Okay. And so now let's look at monthly. And I'm on top of next month's central pivot. Okay. And I drew this for you guys yesterday. I said, oops, I didn't mean to do that. All right, well, let's leave it. Again, there's 20 pips. What I wanted to do is this. Yesterday, I drew this for you guys, saying, that looks like it might be a role reversal, right? Okay. So I have to manage that. I don't know, Val. I'm just doing my analysis. Okay. So I know this market's bearish, Val. That's why we're talking about it. But I'm a bull. So I'm showing you how to be a bull in a bearish market per se, and how to try to take shots without being shot yourself. Right? So Manipur says, I think he thinks safe haven assets are going to be strong. Yeah, so I got to manage my risk, right? So I'm taking 20 pip shots at, this is still technically valid. This trade here that we're looking at, this is technically valid. I'm not being stupid aggressive. That's a role reversal any day of the week. If that were a 5-minute chart or a 15-minute chart, I'd take the shot, man. And I'm trying to tell you, on a weekly basis, it was mediocre. But on a daily, it was also valid. Remember how I started with the daily? And I indicated that this trade here was valid. And I'm profitable. Right? I'm already profitable. So I'm losing a little bit of money on the Aussie. I'm making a bit of money on the CAD. Both are going into my long-term fundamental bias. So, yeah, but am I confident? No. Right? Bearish market integrity. I get it. I still got to trade. I don't want to be a bear. I get it. I get it. I really do. I get it. But I'm trying to carry out the trade plans that I made in February. Right? Let me ask you this. How many people heard my clear trade plan back in February, right? And can confirm that I'm carrying out to the T the exact trade plan I set up in February? Like I'm trying to show you how to do what I said I was going to do 6 months ago. That at this period, I would be doing stuff like this, stacking trades in a direction, right? Now look at my other trade, right? I'm long down here and I'm long down here. Can you see that I bought at support? And I bought at support. Okay? Isn't that amazing? That's all I'm trying to show here is I'm doing exactly what I said I was going to do. And because of that, I understand market conditions are not favorable. They're not against me yet. They can be, but they're not against me yet. And I've had years where it goes up 300 pips, comes down 300 pips, and then goes further down. But I've also had to go up 300 pips, down 300 pips, up 1,000. So I got to be consistent. I'm not sure what's going to happen in the future, but I know where to buy. Do you understand? Yeah, Joseph has heard it every year. But here's the weird thing, like when I coach you to do things and how to do things and how to set up things, what is a perplexing problem for me is 95% of you don't do it. You don't make any change. And it's a very perplexing thing because I don't know if I have that kind of personality. I think if someone said, Wayne, let me show you how to be successful in Forex, and I'd be like, boom, and I'd be taking notes, and then I'm like, I got it. And then I would master it. That's just how I would master it. I would blood, sweat, and tears for years, but I'd laser focus. You know, again, I'm up till midnight last night. Like, I'm not even sleeping. Right? That's how I'd be. Now, a few change, but many are, well, most for sure, don't, right? So it's perplexing when I'm like, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. And then I'm like, watch me do it. Right? So that's what I'm trying to show you. Watch me do it. Okay, now there are many other things you can be doing in your trading account too. Right? There are many other things, but this is the basic, right? Good, right on, Barry. Pound, I don't have pound lira. Sorry, Sammy. Got to be in it to win. Yeah, but what I'm trying to show you is not necessarily be in it to win it. I mean, you're right, for sure, but I like my other analogy better that I was using yesterday, that you can't score unless you shoot. And I know the defense is on me here, but if I can get a half-decent look, I'm going to take the shot. Sure, Manport. No, I don't. Okay. There's nothing better on this planet than knowing how to swing trade. But to swing trade properly, to be a really good trader, okay? If you want to be a really good trader, you need to master how to scalp trade and spot trade and swing trade and carry trade and all that kind of stuff. But if you don't know how to set up big moves, forget it. I can prove it to you mathematically. And I thought about maybe doing a video on it sometime, maybe for the community or something. But like I've shown you glimpses of it in the past. Just mathematically, if you don't know how to swing trade, like if you don't know how to put in medium and long-term trades, you're not going to be profitable. And you're not going to make it 5, 6, 7 years without being profitable. And you're just not going to make it. Right? But then a lot of people then get lazy and sloppy and they're like, oh, all I need to do is just swing trade and I'll be rich. And I'm like, and then their entries are piss poor and their risk management is piss poor. And I'm like, whoa, dude, you're swing trading, but otherwise you pretty much suck, right? And you have to say it out loud. Like I say it in my book. When I first started trading, I sucked. I horribly, horribly sucked. I worked really hard for a year. And I sucked a lot less, but I still sucked as a trader. It was horrible. So I worked another year. And I sucked a lot less by the end of the second year. By the end of the second year, I said, I really need to start taking this super, super, super seriously because I can see that maybe this will become a career. Okay? So when I say, hey man, you have piss poor entries and your trading generally sucks, you can't get upset by that. Why? You got that much pride? Oh, you can't say that to me, Wayne. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm not saying it to you. I didn't say you suck. I said your trading sucks, right? So we fix it. This is all I'm saying, right? So you can learn how to swing trade, but if you don't know how to enter your trades properly, I'm like, whoa. So you should be able to trade a 1 minute chart, a 5 minute chart, a 15-minute chart, an hourly chart, a 4-hour chart, a daily chart, right? That kind of stuff. And you should be able to have a fundamental picture. You should be able to look at the technicals and say, well, these are good technical trades. The general market is still sort of slightly against me currently, but I'm setting things up for next week, and that this could be a turning point, so I got to be in this trade, but I got to manage the risk appropriately. Like, there's still other subtle steps, right? Hold a seminar in Kenya. Hey, put together 100 people in a room so I can cover the cost of my first class airline ticket, my first class hotel, because I'm too old to go on a bus and stay in a hut. I'd love to visit Kenya. Put it together, man. You know, all the brothers and all my South African brothers and sisters here, Ryan put together a seminar. And he's like, you're coming to South Africa. I'm like, I am? He's like, yeah. I'm going to sell some tickets. And I'm going to buy you an airline ticket. And you're coming to South Africa. You know what I said? I said, sure. Let's do it. Ryan approached me. I think it was a 2-minute conversation. He's like, you're just coming to South Africa. You're coming to Johannesburg. And you're going to teach us how to trade. I'm like, cool. Right on. Let's do it. And then he's like, I want you to stay after. We're going to go to Kruger National Park and you get to see all the lions and the tigers and the giraffes. And I'm like, I'd love to do that, but I don't have the time. So I went home. I only went there to do Forex training. That's it. I skipped the lions and the tigers and the zebras and the giraffes. So, right? So I went there to help people learn how to trade. So, hey, let's do Kenya too. A nice meal while I was there would be great. Ryan took care of me when I was there. So yeah, let's do Kenya. My issue is time. So, anyways, I'm thinking about maybe next year to just maybe every 3 months go somewhere in the world. But Most of my grad school will be done by then. Anyways. So that, anyways, I hope you appreciate me walking you through my thought process on a couple of these. Yeah. Yeah, Beefall. Actually, I found a Ritz-Carlton in Haikou, China. It's beautiful and it's dirt cheap. Would anyone meet me there? It's like south of Macau. I think it's that giant Gulf island. I think it's like the world's largest golf destination. Because I can't imagine any other reason they'd put a Ritz-Carlton there. But would anyone meet me in southern China? I think you'd have to fly into Hong Kong and then get on a new plane and probably fly half an hour to an hour south further. And there's this big island. I think it's like twice the size of Hong Kong Island. Anyways, you just fly down there and there's a beautiful Ritz-Carlton and it's cheap. We could just take over the place. Okay, so let's do... there was a couple of requests for exotic currencies. All right, so no one wants to go to Haikou, China. Okay. All right. Let's make sure we're on the right pivots. Let's daily. Cool. All right, try to figure out my trade plan here. Try to figure it out. WWWD. What did Wayne do? I sold there. Tovas, it's China. You know, I would imagine this place would be different than anywhere else in China. Anyways, so no one would do this, huh? Anyways, cool. No one would go to Haikou, China, huh? This is the daily M3, and I'm short. Andrew, when? How much? I have no idea. It doesn't matter to me. Like, I don't know. How much? Depends on how many people go. If 3 people go, it's going to be $30,000 each. If 400 people go, it'll be cheaper. To me, it's just like, it doesn't matter. Let's go. Let's just find a place that we all want to meet up. And let's go. Cool, Ronnie. Joined it 5 years? Yeah. I mean, they're all tax write-offs, guys, right? So, anyways, all right. So I shorted here on the daily. You see how I'm putting these together, guys? You notice that I'm day trading into my swing trading into my monthlies. My dailies lead into my weeklies lead into my monthlies, and then I get toward a new month, and the next month leads into this week, which leads into today. So I sort of ebb and flow between this month and next month, but I'm always looking ahead. Next month leads to this week, leads to today. It's actually next month leads into next week, which leads into tomorrow, basically, right? So, for example, I could sell right in here. Okay, why? Well, let's think about it. Let's talk about it. One, it's a role reversal, although I'm concerned we did not make a lower low. Two, it's a daily swing, because here's next week's, or tomorrow, sorry, sell zone. And then I don't want to go to higher time frames, so that'd be enough for the basis of the trade, right? So right now the trade plan is simply this. Okay. Oops. Cool. So I got 3 trades. And were they logical? Were they intelligent? Minj says, why is it tomorrow's sell zone? Oh! Okay, great questions, guys. This tells me you don't know how to trade, which is fantastic, because all you need to do now is go to a training course, or take the training course at FX Bootcamp. Okay? And it will teach you that. Like, you just discovered, Midgen, right? You just discovered 2 things. A, you don't know how to plan for tomorrow, and B, there are resources to help you. Like, you just discovered why you may not be as successful at trading as you want. Right? It's awesome. And there's an answer to it. It's like you might have been walking around in hopeless night. You can get a flashlight and a compass now, even a GPS. That is straight up, straightforward tomorrow's trade. If you're a bear, right? So, like, cool, man. Like, that is awesome that you just discovered that. One in Bama. Yeah, parts of Alabama is beautiful. How far are you from Talladega? That reminds me. So I have been looking at places to meet. Porsche has racetracks around the United States, like full-on legit Formula One style racetracks. I thought we could meet up at one of these facilities, do some Forex trading, and then like race some Porsches all in the same weekend. Alejandro says, would you expect Brady here for a while? No. I mean, I think I know what you're saying. It's really disconcerting that we didn't get a lower low. This bothers me. Okay? But it doesn't matter. I had the shot. Okay? I had the shot, and I took it. Okay? So now, I can't lose any money. Okay, Alex? I have the right price. See my price? I have the price I want. And I have no risk. So if it comes back and I lose my pips. I don't lose any money. I lose some opportunity costs. But I look at this and I'm like, this is still legitimate role reversal, right? What's the target? I don't have a target. I'm going to let this run forever, Jimbo. Okay. Like this one, Jimbo. This one I did in May. Early May. Okay. I want to be in forever. See guys? Does it look like it might ride this 5 lower? Looks like so. No, not on a daily basis, Jimbo. No. Okay. I see what you're seeing here. But when I'm day trading, you have to also break it down, guys. I'm day trading, I'm weekly trading, I'm monthly trading. Okay? So I look at this and I think, since I'm a bear already, so you have to understand I'm filtering everything as if I'm a bear. This looks like it's going to go down. Okay? Done. That's my bias, right? So on a daily, if I have a clear shot, I take it. I understand that there's a high probability I'm going to miss. But there's a reasonable chance of me scoring. And what I'm trying to do, I mean, let's be clear about that. Let's change this. I got that. Let's make this thinner. My goal here is sell. Oops. Sell, 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 sell. Okay? Yeah, show the swap. All right. So I'm up 400% on the first trade. I've been in May, right? I sold May 9th. I've made 422% since May, just in swap. And I'm up 1,300% in pips for a total of 1,700% return on investment. Yeah, I don't want to get out, Jimbo. Right? Okay. Now compare that to the like Aussie yen and CAD yen. Okay, I've been in, looks like a month now. I've been long these two, this one and this one, I've been long 1 month. I've only made $6. Times 12, right? $6 a month times 12 months, 180% return on investment. Well, that's not bad. It's not big money. But if it was $1 billion, you know, I mean, it's all relative. So the yens, they're only paying maximum 200% a year. But think of it relative. What other opportunity do you have as an investor right now that pays you 180% a year? Well, there's conversions with swap based on the value of the currency because you got your foreign exchange, right? You're being paid in different currencies, and then that has to get converted to dollars and stuff like that. Okay, so like if you're earning 16% in lira, but then it still has to be converted. Okay, but you understand, guys, like there are no other opportunities where you're making, like, imagine how disappointing that is. I'm only making 180% a year on my Aussie yen. I'm very disappointed. Yes, right, no, but pure mathematics, the question is, if you're earning 16%, why doesn't it come out $16 and it only comes out $11.22? And there are conversion costs, there are you know, all that kind of stuff. Okay, but that's actually what Trader's Way has paid me already. Okay, now here's the thing, guys. Okay, here's the thing. If you don't use Trader's Way, open up your swap. So go to like let's pick a different one. Euro ZAR, okay? And you go to specification, and it tells you if you're short, 122. If you're long, 440. Okay, negative 440. Which means you're going to lose a lot if you're long at rollover. It's only 1 minute per day, 1 second per day that you pay. So you can be long 99.9% of the day and not pay any swap if you get out right before rollover. Okay, so you don't have to pay it. But if I'm short long periods of time, this starts to add up. Now, this is good for me. 122 leveraged. Okay, this is why it's 1,200 a year and stuff, right? Now, if you're not using Trader's Way as your broker, I think what'll happen is you'll do this. Oh, sorry, you're over here. Sorry, I had it here. Okay, so let me do that again just to make sure we're clear here. Let's do Euro Turkish Lira. Okay, so I click it. I right click it. I click specification. If I'm short, you see how the long is, right? But anyways, if I'm short, I get paid this much. If I'm long at rollover, I get charged that much. So I don't want to be charged. I want to earn interest. Okay? And remember, I'm leveraged. Now, what I was saying is, if you're using some other pathetic broker, and you did a comparison, I bet you the vast majority of you guys are not earning that kind of swap. To say differently, the swap that Trader's Way pays you is extremely beneficial. And some of you have told me that when you open up like Euro Lira, Euro ZAR, that kind of thing, that you lose money either way. Your broker charges you money either way, and you're like, you can't carry trade? What? You're with a broker that you can't carry trade? Like, what? Yeah, like, Wayne, it's only 180% interest per year. Like, what do I care? Okay. So anyways, that goes into the thought process, though, Jimbo. My goal, right, on my trading account is to stack these because of the return I'm earning from leverage. I want to get as many of them as possible. Okay. Let's put this into perspective. Let me open up the trading end. Okay, this is one mini lot. I turned $100 into $1,700. One standard lot would be $17,000 from one standard lot in 6 months. Over the course of those 6 months, I could have stacked 10 trades easily. I mean, ridiculously easy. $170,000. Now it's like, that's some legit money now for a small retail trader, right? Imagine you're like, but Wayne, I can only forward one at a time. Oh, I know. One of the major benefits of being a currency trader is the floating profit and loss. You get paid instantly in Forex. If you're trading stock, you don't get trade until you get out of the position. Okay? But in Forex, it's something called mark to market. So I'm collecting interest and I'm mark to market. So the profit I'm making goes into my trading account in real time. So I can take that first trade, move my, get profit. You have to be profitable. So I sell, let's say, let's go way up here, right? Let's go to the daily. Okay, so let's say I sell this one. Okay, oops, let's make that fatter. Okay, so I sell this one. Cool. By the time I'm down here ready to sell, my trade's profitable, my stop's at break even, And the money I made on the first trade is now available to trade the second trade. What? The money I've made here allows me to make a second trade. I have 100% of my account available to trade because my stop's at break even and I've already been paid the profit. I can trade the profit. I can trade the bank's money. And then I find myself here and I got one profitable trade here. I got one profitable trade here. I can take another one here. And then when I'm here, I got this one paid, this one paid, this one paid. I got all the money. I'm rolling in dough. Holy smokes. Okay? Meanwhile, each one of them is paying you, I'll just dumb it down. It's actually significantly, let's do it this way. It's actually significantly more, but let me just put it down. 1,500% a year. At least. So this first one, this one here, I'm already up 1,700%. You know, this one would only be 1,500%. And this one would only be 1,250. Well, it's not true because of the time. So anyways, dumb it down and 1,000%. You understand? Whatever. So you can really stack them up and earn 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 and earn. Okay? You see what I mean? There will be a time to get out, but maybe not. Okay? So I'm just trying to get you, like, I would love to let this trade here run. I'm not eager to get out. And I'm trying to explain that to you. Right? And I'm hoping it does this. Okay? Okay. Cool, right? Holly says it won't. Yeah. Then I get knocked out here, break even. I had a shot. I had an opportunity to earn more than, almost 2,000% a year. I took a shot, man. No big deal. Peter says if you do the first one and then do the second one, let's say to here, and now we're down to here, do you move this one to break even? Or this one would be a break even. Do you move this one down? And then then you trade this. Now you're down here. So now you move this to break even. And do you move this one down and this one down? You definitely can do that. Yes, that is one way that you can manage that. Yes. Okay. And you'll notice though that you would have been knocked out of all your trades here. So you'd have 1 trade, 2 trade, 3 trades, 4 trades, and then right here, all your trades are gone. All 4 are knocked out. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. And now you're doing it again, right? 1, 2, for example. And then it probably do this, and then do this, and then you do another one here. And then you do another one here. Until you get some sort of spike that knocks you out. Yeah. Yeah. Does that make sense? Cool. So there's the thought process. So I'll give you a hint. I'd like to keep my eyes on this area here. Okay. It's not good now, no. No, it's terrible now. So I hope you guys are using your tools to like keep you focused. Right? So what I'm hoping for in the future something like that. So it's not good now, but it might be later. I'm already thinking tomorrow. I'm already thinking next week. I'm already thinking next month. Yeah, Val. So I'm just trying to get lucky, Val. Right? Just trying to get lucky. And I think I'm pretty clear on that. So anyways, lots of new people here, and I just want to say thank you for visiting the channel. I try to help every day. Every once in a while, I'm going to try to convince you to join the family at Traders Way. Every once in a while, I'm going to like say you should visit FX Bootcamp and pay money to take a course. Why would I say that? Well, because people have asked me for like, how do I do this and how do I do that, Wayne? And I'm like, so I just went in and traded or created training courses so that you can get that information. So it's a little bit of a sales pitch, but people need it and I made it. So there you go. You want to trade like this? Pay money at fxbootcamp.com and you'll learn how to trade like this. If you want a broker that pays you huge swaps like that so you can carry trade, and well, why don't you try Traders Way? Like, that's it. Other than that, I try not to be, I'm just trying to be raw, honest as possible. So if you're new, welcome to the channel. There are people in the chat right now that have traded with me for over 10 years. So what does that say? Right? What does that say? Actually, how about this? Let's try this. Type in how many years you and I have been working together. I'd love to see how many people. Just type in how many years you and I have been working together. I'd love to see it. Three months, 1 year, 2 months, 10 years, 9 months, 4 years, 5 years, 2 years, 4 months, 1 year, 9 months, 2.5 years, 2 months, 1 week, 2 months. You know, it's interesting. Some of you newer guys have not been in the chat very much, but are now sort of entering into the asking questions and stuff. I think that's really cool. 2 months, 1.5 years, 5 years, 10 years, first time, close to a year, 3 years, 6 or 7 months, 1.8 years, 11 years, right? Jimmy Jackson, 3 years, 9 months, 4 years, 6 months, 7 months, 8 years. Wow. Yeah, look at this. Amazing. Thank you for your loyalty and the respect you show me every day, guys. 6 months. Barry, just years. 8 months. Oh, 2 years, I see. Yeah, 2 years. 3 years. 1 day. Sunday cola. Blackjack. 6 months, Jorge. Right on, guys. Thank you. Awesome. That's really good. Listen to jokes. Yeah. Right on. That's cool. Jimmy Jackson, yeah, 2008. I showed the kids a video I did, and it was 10 years ago. They're like, hey, check this out. They're like, hey, that's you, Daddy. I'm like, I know, but that was me 10 years ago. It's just really interesting. 3.5 years, Cedric. Right on. Cool. How awesome is that? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's move on.com. Yeah, I can't wait to be done with grad school because I want to write a different book. I know exactly what to do and what to write. I just don't have time. All right, here's a failed trade plan. And notice this is off the S. So I know I would have hesitated creating it to begin with because I don't like the S1. Once this M2 was blown out, you know. Also notice the bigger point too is notice that I teach that I know I did it in this case as well, that once you've done this, right, you should just get out. Right? You should just get out. This is where I tell you you should volunteer at a museum as a docent. Okay? People like to keep trading because I think they feel like it's going to keep going up. Lots of people have a problem just saying, I'm done for the month. Right? CT Fresh bought a lot of training. Is that right, CT Fresh? I don't even want to know from whom. Okay? Well, done for the day, but there's done for the month. Okay? And so one of the things I pointed out is this is next month's sell zone. Okay? Next month's buy zone is in here. It's a lot of pips down, man. Like hundreds and hundreds of pips down. So I might start buying this again around 132. We're still at 133. It has another 100 pips to come down. Okay. Yeah, CT Fresh, just hang out here for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and find out, I don't know, just wait, just relax, man. Just relax. I'm looking at that Aussie. Stupid Aussie. Come on, Bubba. See, there might be one more leg down. I can see it. I can smell it. Come on, Bubba. Yeah, anyway, so what it's doing now is very important. I'm watching it like, if it doesn't head up now, it probably won't. So I'm really eyeballing this. So I'm only risking 20 pips, but, you know, I might move it closer. Not that I care about the pips, it's just like, if this doesn't hold, I just don't really want to be in. Okay? So we'll see. Because it broke lower, went up to the pivot, and then dropped, and then went up to the pivot and dropped. So I might have to just reset. And, you know, in this case, now I lose, what, 10 pips or something? Like, it's nothing. Nothing to a 300 pip move to lose 10 pips and have an opportunity. To me, it's break even. I literally don't care about the 10 pips. All right, let's take a look at oil. So the downward move, continuing this way. These are day trades, by the way. And none of these are really tradable day trade wise. Like this doesn't say, I mean, when I mean day trading, I mean using daily pivots. In this case, the moving averages make sense. There's a sell there, but no pivot set up on a daily. So I'm going to move it to a weekly. But I want you to look at this and say there is a trade there. What was I going to do? There is a trade there, but it's off of pivot points. There's no trade using weekly pivot points either. And this is the news generated top. Notice how even the news, remember the exogenous supply shock that I covered here? That geopolitical exogenous supply shock, and it hit the monthly target and stopped. Okay? You see what I mean? But other than that, this is just, I think, recovering. It's not trading very well pivot-wise. And I'd even argue it's not even trading very well moving average-wise, except for this is very obvious. Okay? But if you're not trading it, yeah, that's okay. Because remember, it's not being right that we're worried about. It's being consistent, but also, you know, getting proper trades and proper trade setups. And there's not really, like, that price action isn't great. The moving average is perfect. You can see that back to the 21 5A cross down. That's perfect, but, you know, everything else is, you know, mediocre at best. So if you're not getting into it, you're like, yeah, well, you know, that's okay. It's absolutely okay. You want the easy money. You want the low-hanging fruit. Okay. So we'll see what happens here. It's a counter trend trade. If you are in my swing trading group, you know what that means, and you know what, we're going there. And I pointed this out on Monday, that it's setting up a counter trend. Okay, and I think I even said that I prefer to see the double bottom up. So now it's just like, I don't know if it's going to do it, but pretty good so far to challenge this and probably drop one more time and then up. Okay, and then if it does get to 119, I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know if it goes back up or if it goes back down. I have no idea. But that's just a consequence of a counter trend trade. Just don't know. Mr. Connor says, Euro Swissy price action horrible. Of course. Of course it is. Makes total sense to me. All right. Oh. Guess we got to do gold. Okay. First thing to do is analyze market conditions. Oh, hey, by the way, I met with the developer yesterday. This watermark made me think of it. And we're building the chart indicator of the month club. Flat fee, not a monthly fee. So he's building it right now. Thank you, Mr. Neal. Yeah, so broadcasting in higher resolution, much better camera, much better microphone. Okay. Cool. So look at these market conditions. How aggressive are you as a buyer? How aggressive are you as a seller? Well, one of the things we talked about early in the month is the consolidation, and that bears were selling up here, okay, and bulls were buying here, and they're both correct. What happens next? I don't know. But I know that if I'm a bear, where to sell. So now, looking forward, a bear still wants to sell at this price. And I think now maybe a bull might be interested in this price. So I think a bull is going to buy a dip at 1,500 and a bear is going to sell around 1,550. One of them is going to be right. And everyone that does something different just doesn't know how to trade, and they're likely to lose their money. Okay? Does this make sense? So I'd be a buyer at 15. I'd be a seller at 1550. And it only depends on what my bias is. Okay. Was there a trade today? No. Don't you guys remember, like, someone was freaking out yesterday, and I couldn't help myself. I was laughing. I wasn't laughing at them, but I was laughing at the way that some people trade. Just totally ridiculous, right? So the trade plan for the week, okay, the trade plan for the week for a bull was to buy it in here. Actually, let me kill that. Let me do a different color. This was the trade plan for the week as a bull. You're buying here in the weekly zone on the monthly central. If you're a bull, it's just like so stupid obvious that there's no way you could possibly miss it. Like, just really, there isn't. And of course it's gone up. Not that like we knew it was going up. So you don't know if it's going up. You have a fundamental bias that it's going up. Okay? I have no teeth. Wayne doesn't trade. Oh, well, we just reviewed like 4 or 5 of my trades, but all right. Thank you. I have no teeth. All right. So, okay, that happened. You don't know, but if it's going to do it, you do know your bias. In this case, only a bull would have done that. And you know the price based on just technical analysis. You know the price in which you'd like to buy. Okay, so at first you're like somewhere between 1485 and 1500, and then you're like, oh, well, at 1494, whatever that is, there's a monthly central. So you're like, I am very, 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 very interested in somewhere in this area. Okay? And that's it. And bears are kind of doing the same thing, just at the high end of the range. You don't know if it's going to fall. Right? You don't know if it's going to fall, but this is why you start creating trade plans. All right. So if it's going to fall, where would you be interested in selling? Like, what does technical analysis tell us? You're like, well, this is interesting on a monthly basis. Okay, let's take a look at that. And that seems to corroborate with this. And this is interesting sort of on this month's basis. This one's next month's basis. This one's on this week's basis. This one's next week's basis. Okay? Right? So it seems to me somewhere in there is probably going to be an area in which I'll have an opportunity to sell if I'm a bear. Not that it makes you a bear. You have to already be a bear. In the same way that I put all these together, it was very similar. There was like 5, 6, 7 different reasons why if you were a bull, you'd be buying down there. And now there's a bunch of reasons why you'd be selling up here. And you don't know if you're right, but you know the prices. And now you got to use time now. And now you got to use technical analysis to time your entry. And it's the market conditions that make you profitable or not profitable. So, you know, right now it looks like gold is simply doing this. Now, the part that was funny yesterday was someone was freaking out in here in regards to consumer confidence. Right? You see what I mean? I'm like, first of all, why would you care about this unless you bought it down here when you were supposed to? That's the part I think is funny. Like, so many people react to things after the fact. Like, if news is taking this up, great. Right? I mean, there's no reason to freak out. Right? And especially consumer confidence, as I explained in detail yesterday. If you plan your trades well and you have a bias in advance, these things they either work or they don't work. And there's no crazy, exciting, news-generated volatility that really matters to you. If it mattered, you'd get knocked out probably at break even, right? Most of the time, you should be getting knocked out at break even. You're like, oh, that one got knocked out. Didn't surprise me. I'm a bull in a mediocre market. But if you're a bull in an up market, you would be surprised, right? So the question is, how do you actually enter the trade? It's a great question. So this part that I just went through is part of your trading strategy, right? So you've identified your bias, first of all. or confirmed your bias. You're a bull or a bear, whatever it is. And then you've identified the price in which you would consider entering your bias, your trade. So you'd either buy down here or you'd sell up here, all right? Depending on your bias. Okay, that's all strategy. Now your question is, when do you pull the trigger? That's tactics. Okay? By the way, my book is called Strategic and Tactical Forex Trading. That's my church lady. Could it be Satan? Anyway, strategy and tactics. Okay, so now, if or when, right? If or when, let's just say when. When price gets here, oh, come on, I was trying to do this different color. All right, when price gets here, or price gets here, you get off your 4-hour chart, you drop into something smaller, and now you start tactically setting up trade entries. What works? Moving average crossovers, reversal patterns, price action, oscillators. It's like 1,000 different ways. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter which one. Doesn't matter if you use MACD or Stokes. No. Doesn't matter which moving average crossovers. Hey, I use 5/8. Do you use 4/13? No. Or 9/34? No. Doesn't matter. Just changes the actual price you pull the trigger at. But the fact that you're selling at resistance as a bear is the thing that makes you money. And their technical analysis only confirms or denies your strategy. So if you're a bear and you know the price you want to sell, and then price moves up there and you're like, oh my God, I think it's going to fall now and I totally want to sell it. Does it matter if price action makes you pull the trigger, right? Or a candlestick pattern? So it goes like, let's say it goes like this. Okay? And someone else just says, oh, well, I use the oscillator. And maybe someone uses a bat pattern or some stupid thing. Does it matter? No. It does. What I use is not the key to success. The key to success is that you had a plan and a bias that the plan is based on, right? And so your actual tactical technique. Can you use CCI to trade profitably? Yeah. Could you use RSI? Yeah. Can I trade without the stochastic oscillator? Oh yeah. You don't need it. All you need is something to say, hey Wayne, it's falling. That's all you need. Okay? Because we know that we want to buy here and we want to sell there. Do you blindly do it? No, that's for degenerate gamblers. What's the better time frame for using stochastics? Stochastics works on every time frame. It's simply an algorithm. It looks at candlesticks. Okay? And the stochastic oscillator says this candle relative to this candle, this candle, this candle, this candle, this candle, and this candle. Is it making higher highs or higher lows? And then a candle goes by and then it says, okay, this candle relative to this candle, this candle, this candle, this candle, and this candle, is it making higher highs or higher lows? So on and so forth. And you can see that the oscillator is like this right now. I'll even add it. Insert indicators, oscillators, stochastic. Okay? Look, just like I said, super ridiculously easy. Now, does it work on a 4-hour? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got my stop on there. Thank you, Emil. So I lost 10 pips. All right. So this is how this works. Ready? On the 4-hour. Where's your resistance? The most important information on this chart right now is support and resistance. The only thing that matters to me right now is this. Nothing else matters. Anyone can see. In fact, nothing really matters to me. Okay, that's it. That's the most important thing. Without this information, you cannot trade your oscillator. Now, here's what broke people do. They say, and it's not your fault, by the way, it's your last guru was an idiot. Okay? But what people are taught is they're taught to buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy. In fact, let me ask you this. Has anyone here actually been taught or seen somebody teach a similar strategy as I just outlined with the stochastics? Now, it could be an RSI or something. It doesn't matter to me. MACD is actually more complicated because there's a water line and stuff, and people really screw up MACD. But let's take something ridiculously simple like stochastics. Has anyone been taught something stupid like this? And remember, I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm saying some other person taught you. Or is that long gone? Maybe it's long gone, doesn't exist anymore. Back in the day when I was doing FX boot camp and people were coming in all the time, they were taught stupid things like this and I had to fix it. I'm like, right? Like, what? This, by the way, is dumb, and you've probably tested it out and found out that it doesn't lead to profitability. So only a couple of you guys. Pure Mathematics says yes. Team Sounds Out said yes. So are you worried? Everyone else is. So I don't know how to interpret this. You might be saying, well, if I say yes, then it means that I'm stupid. And no, I'm not saying you. I'm saying, have you been taught, either you read a book, you watched a seminar, you bought a video, some guy did a webinar on some website, some guru said that's how you trade it, right? Well, it doesn't work, and I think you found that out. So let me tell you how to actually do it. By the way, please insert $100. Please insert $100, and I will teach you. Oh, you know what? I'll just do it for free. All right. Cool. All right. So let's reverse this. Where's my eraser? Anyone can see. All right. You guys excited? I'm about to do this. This is about to happen. You know what? This would be a great segue and say, well, if you subscribe to my channel, we'll do it tomorrow. And then I can say, we'll leave that for next time. No, we'll do it now. All right, cool. The first thing that you must have when trading an oscillator is you must have support and resistance solidly identified, right? It has to be so solid that a blind person can see this. Okay? Great. So I've done that. It looks like Braille, doesn't it? Okay, cool. Nice. Okay. Let me get my tools ready. All right. So, in this case, we're range trading. But that's how you use oscillators, by the way. Do you use Fibonacci in a range? No. Okay? So what I'm showing you now has to do when you're trading in a range. Oscillators are very helpful. Now, can you use oscillators in a trend? Yeah, you can. They're slightly different and has to do with timing of things. But what I'm talking about now is the prime use of an oscillator is to measure overbought and oversold conditions for price. So think of it this way. When price is having trouble going higher, the oscillator is going to roll down. When price is having trouble going further down, right? Let's say it was going down, but now is not going down, then it's going to roll up. So you have to understand that it's kind of telling you where these levels are, okay? Now, to make it actually roll over, like I explained to you, the oscillator is looking at candles, a current candle. So let's say, here's your current candle. It's looking at previous candles. Okay? Previous candles. And it's measuring its ability, in this case, well, what it's looking at two things. The high and the low, really. And then relative to this candle, and this candle. Okay? And it's saying, well, it's not making a higher high. Oops, where's my thing? Okay, it's not making a higher high relative to this high, relative to this high, relative to this high. But it has made a lower low relative to this one, relative to this one, relative to that one. So the oscillator in this case would be pointing down. And falling, by the way. And falling. So this whole thing would look very similar to this. Okay. Now notice it started here where, right? Slightly lower low, no higher high. We'd be sort of in this area here. Okay? And then the next one, lower low and lower high, so then we'd be in here. And then definite lower low and definite lower high, so we'd be in here. And it will keep doing this until suddenly you get a candle that, let's say, looks like this. And then the next candle looks like this. And the next candle looks like, well, I guess it wouldn't be big like that. But anyways, let's say more like this. Okay? So this would bottom out very quickly. And then this one is a higher high, but no higher low. So we'd be in here. And then definitely higher high. So we'd be in here. Okay? And then in this case, this doesn't exist. It never occurred. So that's all it's measuring is it keeps looking like, what's the high and low of this candle relative to the previous ones? Okay? So what we're interested in is this change of direction, aren't we? And we want it to occur at support and resistance. Okay? So here we go. On 3, 2, 1, go. Nice. There's a change in direction on the line. And it's at support. Do you buy it? Yes. Okay. This rolls up. We're not on the line. Do you buy it? No. This rolls over. Do you buy it? It's not on the line. Not at support. So no. Okay? This one's near the line. Is it at support? No. So we don't buy it. This one's on the line. Are we at support? Yes. Do we buy it? Buy. So let me change the colors here just so there's a buy and a buy. Okay. This one's on the line. Do you want to buy it? Well, only if you didn't buy that one. Not on the line. Do you buy it? No. So I'm going to say no here. Do you buy this cross up? No. Do you buy this cross up? No. Why? They're not oversold. This is oversold. This is oversold. This is oversold. That's not oversold. That's not oversold. Okay? We got another cross up. Do we buy this one? It's not oversold. It's not on support. No. So there's only two buys using oscillator rollovers. Now, how about if you're a bear? Do you sell this one? Not at resistance. It is overbought, but it's not at resistance, so no. Okay? Do you sell this one? You're not at resistance. It's almost oversold, but no. This one is oversold and you're at resistance. Do you sell this one? Sell. Yes. It's overbought. You're at resistance. Do you sell? Only if you didn't do the first one. So I'll say no. Okay. This one's overbought. Are you at resistance? Yes. Can you sell this one? Sure. This one's overbought. Is it at resistance? No. Do you sell? No. This one is overbought. Is it at resistance? No. Do you sell? No. Okay. However, if this continues up, 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 we know by the way the oscillator works that the oscillator is going to turn back north. And then if resistance holds, it's going to start coming down. And we know by the way the algorithm works, this is going to come down. And I'll say, we're at resistance, we're overbought, do you sell? Yes, you sell. So this is a sell, this is a sell, this will be a sell. This is a buy. This could be a buy if you missed the first one. I mean, it really depends, so you could put it there. No, we can't. Look at this. No, take that back. No, it's not a buy. It was never oversold. Losing bulls. Or the market is bearish, but we're losing bears. And if done right and used in conjunction with other things, it helps you set up counter trend trades, which may lead to a reversal. Okay? Does that make sense? Was that helpful? Can I get a whoop, 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 whoop? Okay? Thank you. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and most importantly, leave a comment. If that was helpful, please leave a comment. Okay? Benjamin says it's clear and simple. Yeah. Imagine that all your trading should be very straightforward. Okay? So please leave a comment in the recording. They still teach the other crap? Of course, because, right? Thank you. I like the way you trade. Mm-hmm. I think some people think I'm offline, and other people are actually answering my questions. So I don't know what's going on. So why don't we pull the plug then? So anyways, thank you very much for being on my team. I appreciate the effort that you put in every day. It was offline now. It was offline briefly for me. Oh, okay. I was just asking if that was helpful. And if it was, please leave a comment in the recording. I'm about to shut down. But thank you very much for being a client to Trader's Way. Thank you very much for being in these webinars every day and for treating me with the respect that you do. Thank you for treating everyone else in our community with dignity. That's really cool. I love the positive energy that we all have every day. That's really cool. It's really necessary. This is a hard gig, man. So I like our time together. So thank you very much for being in my life, and thank you very much for being a client to Trader's Way. If some of these techniques seem like they might help you, go to fxbootcamp.com, put some money in, and get some training. It's a resource that I can make available to you. Since I don't have time, it's nice that I had recorded all these things for you so you can get them on demand when you have time. Other than that, peace on earth, may the pips... Oh, there's my old camera. Peace on earth, may the pips be with you, may your profits be above average, and I will see you tomorrow. Cheers. Oh yeah, there's like 4,000 other videos on YouTube available for you to watch. Feel free to watch them all. Cheers.